Hello, I am Jameson and welcome to my channel. In this series, I am logging my weekly training as I progress from being at one of my lifetime lows all the way to completing a full Ironman triathlon. Like forging a weapon, you start with raw material. You process it through fire and work away the slag. You quench it with water to lock in its strength. And then you sharpen and fine-tune it to bring it to its peak optimal performance. In this case, I am the raw material. So please show your support as I go through the process to forge an Ironman. Yes, it's a week later. This week hasn't gone quite as planned, but I'm still determined to get finished with my 6 hours of cycling, which I have 3 hours to do. I'm about to hop on the bike and get in 3 hours. So I got my cycling shorts on and making sure I'm using my petroleum. Yeah, so another week of inconsistency, but I'm getting it done. It is Saturday night. I should have already edited and uploaded my video and everything, but juggling stuff between my new coaching gig, my home life here, having to be a caretaker for my mom. It poses its challenges still. So here I am. The last minute, getting a 3-hour ride, catching up on some cycling that I should have been doing throughout the week. I did do all 36 miles of running this week. The first run that I did, my first 6 miles that I did for the week, I actually ended up turning it into a heart rate max test. I was feeling really good the first 3 miles. So I ended up gradually increasing my pace until I completely maxed out my heart rate. I couldn't get it to go up one more tick before I died out. So my max heart rate is 198, and being 33 years old, that makes me about 11 years younger according to the 220 minus age formula. So I'll take it. And then I ran consistently for a few days and then I missed one. So my final run yesterday, I turned into a 12-mile long run. Longest run I've done in a long time. Most I've done has been 6, so doubled up on it and I feel fine. It did take me a good 2 hours though at the pace that I've been working at recently. Now this is kind of considered my building phase according to my original plans. So between the super long run that I did and the heart rate max test that I did, I guess I'll consider those as sort of workouts for my building phase. And also tonight, as I'm doing this 3-mile ride, I think that the way that I'm going to do it is the first hour I'm going to just sit in zone 2, and then I'll probably mix it up for the second hour. The second hour I'll probably do a few spurts riding up into zone 4, and then on the third hour I think I'm just going to do it down at active recovery zone at zone 1. So try to get a good little mix up. Being my building phase, I do need to start gradually increasing the intensity of work that I've been doing and work this build up all the way up to my peak phase. So we'll see how this goes. All right guys, so this is the third hour of my last workout. Just gonna stick to a nice kind of recovery pace. For that second hour that I did, what I did was I intermittently threw in some repetitions of getting into the big ring and pedaling as hard as I could. I got my heart rate up to about 150 and then started my timer to see how long I could hold it for. of course with my heart rate going up and up and up. But I managed to pedal for I think about a minute for my first one, and then a little bit less than a minute for the next two. And then for the fourth one that I did, I think I could only get to about 30 seconds or so. Yeah, it was just really, really hard. And then I also sort of went to a little bit of a moderate intensity, and was just sort of intermittently holding a little bit more of a moderate intensity, where I could, a pace that was a little bit more comfortable with a nice burn. And even though it wasn't really the heart rate zone 4, it was a little bit more of a perceived zone 4, trying to hit that lactate threshold. It was perceived, not quite textbook heart rate marking. I was able to hold that for a little bit of time and then go off gradually to kind of work on some lactate clearance. But yeah, I think that's what I want to do during this build phase, is try to start putting in some repetitions of really hard pedaling, build up that strength and that speed, that power, and gradually start to work my lactate threshold up a little bit, especially once I get closer toward the peak phase. I want to really be pushing the lactate threshold workouts a lot more. Also, in that peak phase, I'll be working a lot more on like some VO2 max workouts. So yeah, got a lot ahead of me. I think this is turned out, even though it was unplanned, I think it turned out just fine for the first week of a build phase. So that's it for now. See you next time.